You know no one can hear you, right?
What are you talking about?
Why are you singing with a mask on?
Is my mask on?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I was wondering why it sounded muffled.
Why are you doing that?
Because, dude, there's a pandemic going on right now, and we're sitting literally next to each other.
We've been in a car all day together.
Fuck, I didn't think about that. All right, I'm taking this stupid fucking thing off. What's up, everybody?
We're back.
We're back, and Dave's going to tell you where we've been. Where we been, Dave?
You had a vasectomy.
You weren't supposed to tell anybody about that, man.
Sorry.
It's embarrassing.
Oh, when I have to deal with you not wearing pants.
What the fuck? Do I not have my pants on?
No, you had a mask on,
Holy
no pants.
Shit, I'm having an off day today.
What is wrong with you?
I knew when I woke up this morning. I should have just went back to bed. I got up at 6:45 this morning.
You always get up early. You're an early riser.
Let me put this damn
Yeah,
thing
put
down.
the fucking guitar down. It's time to go to work.
Jesus, you didn't even bring your guitar.
Well, you know. I don't like traveling with luggage.
Yeah, and a book bag. Let's talk about why you are a 40-year-old man with a book bag.
Because I like feeling like I'm in school again.
I was going to fight you if you didn't say that.
I'm a student of the game.
You definitely are. And always were.
Well, you know.
And you were one of the teacher's pets.
I was a teacher's pet. I got suspended constantly, but I was a teacher's pet.
Yeah, you did a lot of sucking.
Prime example. After you graduated, since you graduated a year ahead.
I did?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
My senior year, the assistant principal used to have my girlfriend call me at home and wake me up and tell me to come to school. Because that's the only way she knew that she could get me there, was to, like, angle my girlfriend at me.
What the fuck?
I swear to God.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude. She used to do that all the time.
You just keep getting more and more interesting. How have we known each other this long, and you never say anything about that?
Sex?
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
What does that even mean?
Which part?
The sex part.
I don't know.
What does that have to do with anything? What's on your mind?
Why does that have to matter?
What is on your mind?
Why does everything have to mean something?
So let's get back to this vasectomy.
Okay. Why did you do it?
I told the doctor I was shooting blanks.
Well, but why did you do it? You're single.
I don't know. I had this.
And you're not shooting blanks. You have 2 kids. I think the mere fact that they exist means you're not shooting blanks.
I guess you're right.
So maybe the vasectomy's a good idea.
I don't know where my mind's at here lately, man. I really don't.
You're all over the place.
You know what I think it is?
Okay.
I think I've got pandemic fatigue.
Yeah, everybody does.
I think it's affecting me differently.
Yeah. Remember, like, a year ago when it was like, God, I wish I could just stay the fuck at home all the time.
Yeah.
And now it's the opposite.
Yeah, now it's the exact opposite. And, it's something everybody's feeling right now, I'm pretty sure.
Which is why we're doing this.
Right. And our job is to make people
forget about pandemic fatigue, which you just brought up.
Right.
So we've already failed at our one job. We had one thing we had to do and you fucked it up.
Well, you know me, I can't help my feelings. When I have something on my mind, I need to talk about it.
I know. So, let's talk about the vasectomy for a minute.
I don't want to.
In the middle of a pandemic.
I'm still in a lot of pain.
In the middle of a pandemic, you decided to go to a doctor and have a vasectomy for absolutely no reason. You're not dating anybody. You're not seeing anybody. you were flying solo, and you just decided in the middle of a pandemic to go sit in the doctor's office and have a procedure done that really gains you nothing.
First of all, you don't know that I'm not seeing anybody.
What's his name?
I don't talk about that stuff with you. Gary. Anyway.
Gary.
Secondly, my medical issues and the things that I do to my body, other than wearing a face mask, because that's something that's being forced upon me.
You're an idiot.
I do what I want with my body. Okay?
As you should. As you should. You always have.
And I need you to support me. Like right now, I need you to go get me a fucking drink.
No.
I can't move.
You can move. You've been moving all day.
Well, I'm not supposed to be.
Oh.
Go get me a goddamn drink.
All right.
Now.
Okay.
It's right there. It's
okay.
Just hand it to me.
Here.
Hope it splashed all over your fucking phone.
I hope it did too.
Next thing I need you to do.
Why are we friends? What are you giving me a list of things to do? Is this like a honey-do list?
The doctor told me I should get a good friend to help me out with certain things. I need you to wipe my butt. I haven't been able to get back there. It's a really sharp pain when I put my arm around my backside.
As somebody who has had 9 back surgeries, I have never heard a doctor say you need to get a good friend to do anything.
And I wouldn't believe you had you not showed me the scar after it was literally freshly cut.
So who is
Let's
this
talk about
doctor?
that for a minute.
Okay, let's talk
the time
about
you
it.
showed me your back scar.
Yeah, when I showed you the zipper.
Yeah, on the front porch of your house. And
Yeah.
you know I get queasy easily.
That's why I did it.
Well, can you explain the chipped tooth that I got when I fainted after looking at it?
What would... I'm sorry you passed out. I'm sorry.
You never offered to pay the doctor bill.
No.
You barely called an ambulance for me.
Barely. And I thought about not.
And I'm sorry they wouldn't let you ride on the ambulance.
Well, the ambulance.
Yeah, the ambulance. From Virginia, man. I'm not from North Carolina.
I'm from Virginia.
I'm sorry you're from Gaston County.
Okay. That was fucking low.
Listen, I know we got viewers in Gaston County. I live in Gaston County.
Yeah, I do
Dave
too.
lives in Gaston County. It was
a joke.
just a joke. And that's another thing we wanted to talk about too today. I'm glad you brought it up, or I brought it up, or thought about it.
As usual.
What was I going to say?
I don't know. You want to talk about Gaston County?
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing about it is Gaston County...
Or was it the joke part of it you were wanting to talk about?
I don't know. I lost it.
I think you were wanting to talk about the joke part, not taking things seriously.
Oh, yeah. That's where I was going with this. Yeah, we don't want
You
guys...
legitimately just lost track of where you were in mid-sentence.
It's embarrassing. Okay? We're not getting any younger.
I know shit.
Weren't you just telling me a little while ago you had something going on with you? You can't see.
Right. My eyes feel like they have sandpaper in them.
Yeah. And you look like hell, but that's no big deal.
Hey,
You
what's
usually
new?
do.
Yeah.
But anyway, just don't take everything we say literally. We're literally very condescending people by nature.
Yeah, that's kind of how we are.
Yeah.
For those that don't know us, there's a lot of people that listen that do know, so they know exactly where this is coming from.
And we're real, like you see all these shows on TV that are like the real and real talk, and it's a bunch of women sitting around a table. We are that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like the comment.
I wasn't expecting you to agree with that.
Well, no, because the comment that I've gotten the most especially from people that know us and have known us for 20 years.
Right.
I've had people that we went to school with hit me up and go, the two of you sound the exact same as you did 20 years ago. And so it's not that we're not going to sit here and put on an act of anything, because even if we weren't recording right now, this is how the conversation would be going anyway.
Yeah. We're just actually having a conversation and it, by coincidence, recording.
Right. Yeah. This was an idea of like, if we recorded it, well, would other people find it interesting or funny? Because we find it hilarious.
Right, and we're naturally creative.
Yeah.
So,
big time.
Up until now, most people know this, and those who don't know, we play music.
Yes.
We like to write music, and that's coming later on for you guys.
For sure.
We want you guys to hear what we've been doing for the last,
sure.
How many years?
God. 20.
Yeah, so it's like we talked about earlier. You figure out a way to pull things in and hybridize. Is that a word? Hybridize?
I don't think that's a word.
Well, let's just pretend it is.
Okay.
And
we're so real. We're
Yeah.
pretending that fake shit's real. Okay, go ahead. I just had to make sure I was on the
Okay.
same train as you. Go
just,
ahead.
you know me, if I don't finish what I'm saying, I'll lose my thought.
Well, you'll lose your thought anyway.
I think I lost it.
It's gone.
Shit. But yeah, you got to figure out a way to completely take the things that you're good at doing. Maybe people don't know you're good at it yet, and put those together into a meatball, and then put marinara on top of the meatball.
A meatball.
And add Parmesan cheese and maybe a little bit of oregano.
Oh God, why are we a meatball?
Splash of garlic salt.
Why has our friendship devolved into meatball?
Because it's something we both like and we both enjoy.
I hate meatballs.
Bullshit.
I do.
We went to Spaghetti Warehouse. I'll never forget it. You tore up a buffet-style meatball party that they were having.
A buffet-style meatball party.
Big Dave, you don't remember that?
I don't.
Oh, my God. For somebody that says they don't smoke pot, you sure do smoke a lot of pot.
Yeah, apparently.
Because you just don't remember anything. You have selective memory.
Yeah, contact from you.
Like tell me something that you remember that you know I don't remember.
That's easy. You don't remember anything. Which
I
is kind of
remember some
fun.
things.
Which is kind of fun because I could just say shit and you would go with it.
And that's the thing is you think you can just say shit and I might go with it for a second. But then I go, wait a minute.
No,
that's not right.
No, I'll get a text 2 days
He's
later.
making this up.
2 days later, you'll text me and go, I don't think that happened. Or, I remember part of that.
This conversation's getting really uncomfortable.
For you.
Yes.
Alright, tell you something that you won't remember.
Yeah, tell me something I won't remember.
Oh, God, why am I trying to reflect on memories of you?
You can't remember anything.
I can't.
It's sad.
Well, the contact
It's
from
sad.
you.
I hope you guys don't have friends like that.
Smelled your sleeve and now I'm blitzed.
I remember everything we've done.
Alright, tell me something that I wouldn't have remembered. No, we'll wait.
That's going to take a minute.
Yeah, I know. Maybe you need to medicine up a little.
Yeah.
And get back on a train of thought.
I'm thinking so. You've never like slipped and fell or anything like that when I've been with you?
No. No.
You've never...
Alright, you remember us jumping the fence at Sullivan's Steakhouse to listen to a jazz band that was playing on the patio?
We jumped a fence?
We jumped the fence, yes.
I don't see you jumping a fence.
Yeah.
That's something you would have been like, nah, I can't do that. It's against the law.
No,
The fence is here for a reason.
yeah, Lord knows I was the one like that's against
You
the
were.
law.
You
No,
were
I wasn't.
scared little Betty. Yeah, you were.
Okay.
You were the voice of reason.
You pulled up at the red light. You were driving. We were in your fucking Skylark. You jumped out of the driver's seat, ran over, asked the band if they were going to be playing.
Well, oh, wait a minute.
And they said yes.
Wait a minute. What Skylark? I never had a Buick Skylark with a Yakima bike rack and a cheetah-themed interior. I never drove anything like that.
With panties on the steering wheel.
I did not have pants. My mom would have never went for that.
Your mom never even looked in
My
your
mom
car.
would have been like, you little son of a bitch.
Your
I
mo-
ain't raised you like that.
Your mom tried to ignore your
You are not going to talk
existence.
to women like that and do things like that to women.
You did it in her house. She didn't care.
Okay, you guys, remember a minute ago when Big Dave was talking about I can just make things up?
I could, but
This is the
that
part where he's doing that.
unfortunately,
I have way more class than to ride down the fucking road with a pair of dirty underwear on my damn...
for anybody that saw that, go to our Facebook page and post your memory.
You're just making up lies now.
You put a red light bulb in your bathroom at the time because it'll give a cool effect.
You're getting way too personal right now, okay? There's some things that are off limits.
Oh, and the light bulbs in your bathroom is
Yeah,
it?
because it's the part that you're insinuating.
Oh, which
what
is
would
what?
I be doing with a red light bulb in my bathroom?
I don't know.
Photos?
I don't. Maybe it looked like a dark room.
You're not representing me.
You're not representing yourself. You did the shit.
Okay, so since we're talking about cars we used to drive,
Oh God,
remember the Cornmobile?
the
You
Cornmobile.
forgot about the Cornmobile. You fucking forget everything, dude.
Apparently, I'm not. I guess I'm the one that's high today.
Excuse me. I had a gold Honda Accord.
Oh, yes.
And a huge
yes,
logo
yes,
on the hood of that
yes.
Accord.
Yes, you did.
And the first time you saw it, you went, "That's fucking stupid."
Well, it was.
It was not. A lot of people knew who I was when I was coming down the road. I was coming down the road in the Cornmobile.
Because that's what it took for people to know who you were.
Jonathan Davis would be very proud of me.
Jonathan Davis was proud of you for sneaking in.
He was.
I mean, legitimately, like, told you to dodge security.
Well, let me tell the story. So
tell the story. Sit up and tell the story.
I'm comfortable, but thank you. So we go to see Korn.
Yes.
Do you remember this?
Yes. Family Values Tour.
Yes. Incubus.
Yep.
Opened up for him. That was the first time that Incubus had come around.
Well, side note.
Okay.
We had saw Incubus the week before in Spartanburg.
We did.
And they were not on the bill for Charlotte.
But see.
And so I sat, while you snuck inside, I sat out on the curb and ate cereal with Brandon from Incubus.
Let's back up, though, because when we saw Incubus in Spartanburg, I want to say I ate about 3 Xanaxes that night. I was about 18 years old.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Somebody convinced me to eat a couple Xanaxes.
Right.
It's what we do when we're 18 years old.
Right, yeah. Young and dumb.
Young and dumb. And so, I remember maybe the first 5 minutes of Incubus.
Right.
And I remember the guitar player had a big, huge effects board.
Yep.
He had like literally 75 pedals plugged up to it.
And could work them all.
He was working them all. And then I think I went out to the car and passed out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And woke up back home. So going back to what we were saying, the next day or the next week or whatever.
It was a week later. We skipped school because we had tickets to Family Values. But because we've been musicians so long, we know about when bands load in, and now especially, we can get into anything.
We knew that they were going to be there.
And so we went to go meet the band early, and it was freezing.
To meet the band early.
Right. We kind of knew we would get lucky. And it was freezing cold, and Brandon came off a tour bus, and we yelled at him, started talking to him, and he was pissed off that they weren't on the bill.
Well, I believe what was said, what was yelled was, "Brandon, I want to have your baby," and that was you that yelled that.
I think I did.
Yeah, so then that got his attention because you're a big redheaded guy with a beard.
Right.
But beard looks good, by the way.
Thanks. Yours does too.
Thank you.
But he went in and got breakfast from catering and brought out breakfast. And he brought breakfast for you.
You're adding the breakfast part.
I swear to God.
I
swear to God.
You love to add shit to stories.
Swear to God. But you had already snuck in, so then we were sitting everybody in the band was asleep. So we sat out on the curb and talked music and ate cereal.
I believe I snuck in while you sat at the curb.
That's what I'm saying. He and I, meaning he and I, sat and talked music for a while.
Yeah.
You had already snuck into the building where apparently you had run into Jonathan Davis at one point and informed him that you had snuck in.
Well, no, I was sitting up on about 5 rows from the top level in the arena.
Watching them build the stage?
Yeah, watching them build the stage.
Which ironically is our job now.
Right.
Well, it used to be our job.
Well, it used to be our job before all this pandemic shit. But, he comes walking out, Jonathan Davis, out to the stage, and I said, this is how dumb I was back then. I said, "Hey, man, I'm here to see you. You.
Yeah, no doubt.
And everybody in the fucking auditorium that's there working, knowing that I'm not supposed to be it, who's this guy?
Right.
He looks up at me and goes, "Shh, you should probably be quiet."
Yeah.
And that's just an example of how young and naive I was.
But at the same time, he could have had you thrown out.
He could have.
Now, here's the part of the story that always kills me. Our entire goal that day was to get backstage passes. And we had them. But you were up in the top level of the arena, where the glass is, waving at me as the guys from Orgy came out and wanted a ride to go to Burger King, and you had the fucking car keys on you.
Did I take Orgy to Burger King?
No, because you were in the building, and I kept waving like, "Come back out."
Oh, see, I don't remember that.
Yeah, and you were like, "Oh no, I'm fucking staying in." Like, hey, I'm so happy I'm in here.
Meanwhile,
like, you fucking idiot.
Meanwhile, so you're saying we missed out on taking Orgy to Burger
Right, and then I met Fieldy, and that was, a waste of time, and, you know.
Is he as short as he looks?
Yes.
In real life?
Fucking asshole. Because ironically, we knew Dave Silvera's drum tech. We had met him like a month or two before. His old drum tech. He had changed mid-tour to a new drum tech. But
you're adding this part.
No. Yeah. Because Pilot Guy was the one that hooked us up. You know, the gay guy that flew you to Colorado to see Deftones.
Oh, yeah, that was weird. Still to this day, I wonder if he drugged me up and took advantage of me, but I guess I'll never know.
You are the luckiest human in the world, because you'll get on a plane with a dude you don't know. You were out of town, before the pandemic, and you went to some...
Let's backtrack a little bit here, okay? You're making this sound really bad and really weird.
No, I'm saying you're lucky. Like,
no, the whole
you
thing
were out of town. You were literally out of town, like way out of town, and found a deal on some toys because you're a toy seller.
But I wasn't back then.
And no, I'm talking about recently. This hasn't changed.
Whoa, you lost me. What?
And you go out to look at toys in the middle of nowhere. Nobody knows who you are, where you're at, and you don't care. You just bumble through life happily.
Listen, I think if somebody said to you, hey man, come on out to Colorado and hang out and we'll go see the Deftones, and you know, you're a child of Gaston County at that point and all you want to do is get out and get away. Yeah, I got on the plane, but I got on the plane because my stepdad worked for U.S. Air at the time. Remember that?
That's not how you got there.
I flew.
Yes, with a pilot.
No, he was already there.
Okay, still, you flew to Colorado to meet a gay pilot
Get the story correct.
That was in his 50s.
Doesn't matter, he was a friend.
After you spent weeks going, he keeps hitting on me, I'm not cool with this.
He was hitting on Alan.
Well, he was hitting on Alan and
He
you.
just liked me because I could play every fucking Deftones song on 8 of his different drum kits that he had set up at his house. None of that matters. The thing that matters is, and I don't even know how we got on this topic, but the thing that matters is, I went to Colorado and saw the Deftones and you didn't.
You're right.
And it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, thanks for being a friend. I would have offered mouth hugs for that.
Anyway.
It's not gay if you're trying to see the Deftones.
Listen, man. I'll tell anybody, I'm bisexual, okay? I buy it if it's cheap.
Right. Well, that's always been the... that's been the thing since the beginning.
All right, so let's change the subject here.
All right, what do you want to change the subject to?
Well, let's change it back to what we were talking about. I mean, we've had some crazy concert moments in our lives.
Yeah.
You remember that time we went, where was it, Winston-Salem to see Slipknot and Kitty?
Yeah. Yes.
You don't remember that.
I do. Yeah, no, because we made out with Kitty and hung out for hours.
Whoa.
You just picked the wrong one.
You made out with Kitty?
You and I
made out with Kitty?
Yeah, you hit on the guitar player in sound check. And then we're mad like when they started actually sound checking because you were like, fuck, I should have hit on the drummer. I could have got free gear.
The drummer was butchy as hell though, dude.
See, yeah, I don't think you were the right sex.
I remember that part.
Yeah, you hit on the guitar player.
No way.
Yes.
Dude, are you just making stuff up to try to boost my ego?
I wish. I would never try to boost your ego. I feel it's big enough.
You're a really shitty friend.
I try to be.
So what else happened that night? Because I sure as hell don't remember it.
Well, if you remember, in the daytime, because this is when Slipknot, this was their first tour.
Yeah, I know that much. I remember that.
And so remember, we went into Wendy's and we all sat with them talking about going to see Slipknot, not realizing we were sitting at the table with Slipknot.
And they did not let us know.
No.
This was before the internet got big.
Right.
And honestly, this was at a point where a lot of people didn't even know what Slipknot looked like.
We didn't know until they sound checked. And we were inside hanging out with Kitty.
I remember that part.
When Slipknot sound checked. And that's when we realized, fuck, Clown was sitting across the table from me.
Well, because we were sitting there with Kitty, and my memory is I said nothing to Kitty.
Yeah, you didn't say. There wasn't a lot of talking.
You could tell they weren't from around.
Right.
You know, they weren't from here.
Right.
They're on a national tour with Slipknot.
Right.
You know, pretty girls.
Very
Definitely
pretty.
not ugly.
Yes.
The drummer's butchy, whatever.
Yeah, but that's fine. She looked hot.
But whatever. Yeah, you were hitting on her because you like butchy chicks.
I remember hitting on Morgan, but okay, whatever.
See, I think you're making that part up.
No.
But
Because Morgan and the guitar player were the ones that we talked to when we snuck in. Which was sad because at 18 we had figured out if you put a hoodie over your head and hold a fucking Nokia cell phone to your ear and walk past the security talking about music stuff.
Well, I don't even remember cell phones being out then.
We literally just stuck our hand to our ear and walked past security going, yeah, no, drums. Yeah, cymbals. No, no, guitar. No,
DWs.
Yeah, 2 guitars.
The DWs, they need to be stage right.
Yeah, bring those in the back.
Yeah.
And they just let us walk in.
Because I remember sitting there, and then their front of house guy got on the microphone and said, all right, we need the guy with some Slipknot on stage. And my memory is all these guys that we had seen earlier in the day and didn't know who they were got up on stage and started ripping Slipknot.
Yeah.
And then my memory is that I was standing in there alone, never said a word to Kitty because I was just completely intimidated by him.
Right.
Walked back outside.
Yeah.
And looked at you and went, holy shit, you'll never guess what just happened.
No.
You're saying...
I was in there the whole time. I walked in right with you.
I'm sorry, man. You're catching me off guard right now.
Because your pickup line to the guitar player from Kitty, which I should look up her name, but I'm not. She had like a little Super Soaker charm hanging off of her pocketbook.
A water gun keychain.
Yeah.
Which explains why now as a toy collector, I've actually got one of those, and I've got some weird attachment to it.
Yeah,
I know why.
That would totally explain it. Because
holy shit.
You walked up and you tapped it, and you went, is that a deadly weapon? And she laughed, and then y'all started talking.
Wait a minute, it's all coming back to me now. I actually wrote a song about that.
Oh, God. Please don't do this right now.
Check it out. No, it's good.
You think Hey!
Girl from Kitty!
That's
Come on! Over here!
That's not good.
And wrap your little pretty lips around mine, girl.
Hey, whoa.
Just have no fear! I won't play the rest for you because it gets really weird.
I'm sure it's vulgar.
Yeah, it gets vulgar.
It gets detailed.
Well, it just gets kind of psychotic. But anyway, it's funny how your brain works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you remember things a certain way, and then once you've determined how much of that memory you want to sustain, you move on from it, you never think about it again, and until somebody says it.
Well, that's because your brain, in all of your memories, you're always alone because you're the only one that matters. Fucker.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
People pay big money to be psychoanalyzed. And you just did it for me for free.
Right.
You're fucking awesome, dude.
Welcome.
Thank you. So, did we do any other weird concerts? Anything else weird happen?
Oh my God, there's been so many.
Where was I at in my mind alone, but you were actually there with me?
Yeah, just think about something awesome and I was probably there.
Didn't you say I ate food off some lady's plate one time somewhere or something?
You used to do that all the time.
I don't believe that.
You had big gauge earrings in your ears and your nose, purple hair, and you would walk into fucking restaurants. And like Olive Garden, you used to do it all the time at Olive Garden. And as they would be taking us to our table, you would be looking at like older people's plates. And you would stop and go, "Excuse me, ma'am, that looks really good. What is it?" And she would tell you like what the item was, and you'd go, "Can I get a bite?" To see if I really like, and they would give it to you. That's the part I've never understood. If you did that to me, I would hit you. Yet these old women
you never stopped me.
Why would I?
What kind of friend are you, man? Where you would let me do something like that?
You were free entertainment.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's how you look at me.
Yeah,
I'm just a piece of meat.
Not anymore.
I'm just free entertainment.
Not anymore.
How do you look at me now?
You're an old guy.
I resent that. I do not think I'm an old guy yet.
Well, that's good.
I'm not wearing the same underwear that I had 10 years ago.
I don't even know what that means.
I'm not rocking the same haircut I had 10 years ago.
Okay.
I'm not
what does that prove?
My childhood.
Yeah, we're sitting in a room that's filled with your childhood.
I am totally in the now, okay? And I'm sorry you're not.
Well, I'm a little behind, I guess.
You got a good poker face, though, big boy.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
So what else? You gotta give. We're almost out of time here, so you gotta give the people what they want.
All right, so we're running a little overtime. So what do you want to give them?
You need to give them something. No, you know what? Actually, let's not. I think you've said enough today. You've embarrassed me. You've told the audience things that I never wanted my worst enemy to know, much less people I care about.
Because you're so private. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and I think they've had enough. I know I have.
All right, then hit them with the outro so I can get the fuck out of here.
All right, and guys, from the words of my grandfather, one of the best guys in the world, Harry Lee Spruce, love you.
Was.
Do you know where I'm coming from?
Oh, God.
Do you know where I'm going?
No, not again.
Do you know where I've been?
All right, so then I'm going to say the words of my grandfather. I'm going to go fuck your grandmother. Go outside.